puzzle and stuff like that. Like usually in G days, you go used to game, game and break out.
Yeah.
Playground area.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but we didn't bring games. Why? Because there were so many other activities. As I said, we had 3 sessions and sandbox.
I might make sure you ask this question to Radek, because he did actually quite a few games, more than Google does actually on Google events, on the desktop.
Thank you for your attention.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, now as Larry Page says, this can go wrong in so many possible ways. So let's pray it's not going to go wrong. So first I'll try to connect Radek, so that you can see him as well. And hopefully hear him as well. Radek, not yet. We are not yet projected. Is it projected? It is.
Google Glass, no.
Frozen. So hopefully. So I will try to put it moving on. So Radek, try to say something, please. Can you hear?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
So let's put it like this.
Hello.
Alright. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you. And what I would love to is to just give Radek the picture of all the countries which are here. So Radek is a former senior organizer of GDG Czech Republic, now GDG London, where he moved to work as a developer. He is a former senior developer of Social Bakers, the Czech company many of you know here. And Radek was one of the chief organizers of the very large dev test we made last year. So I'm very glad that he accepted our invitation and came to speak a little bit about the test experience. Now, guys, so what countries are here? So let's go from here. Sorry? Tunisia. Egypt. Yeah, so let's hear from different countries. So Tunisia, Egypt. You are from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Morocco, Palestine, Jordan, Egypt. You already heard Egypt. There are many people from Egypt. Palestine, Algeria, Tunisia, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, very Middle Eastern country. So Radek, so please, the floor is yours. So only what I shared was about the general structure of the test. So, tell us about how you did the test with your team, and basically anything you would want to share with the future organizers of that test here in the Middle East.
Yeah, well, I was thinking one of the main points and reasons behind our dev test and the success which we had, and I think that one of the reasons behind was that all the GDGs, or almost most of the GDGs around the country was cooperating on that. I don't know how many GDGs are in your countries. I can hear myself right now.
Oh, sorry. You know what, Radek, what I will do? I will turn off the microphone from our end and then enable it back for questions and answers.
That would be great. Perfect. So I don't know how many GDGs you have in your countries, but even though you would have two of them in your country, it would be great to actually join together and organize these large events together, because that gives you opportunity to actually do more things and have a bigger team. And when you have a bigger team, you have actually a variety of people who like to do different things. So obviously, not all of the people, all of the members of your team like to do the same things. So obviously, we have I'm roughly 20 people, maybe 20 people in our organizing team. Obviously, we have people which like to do photos, people which like to communicate with speakers, people which like to do some other things. So that's actually one of the reasons behind, I think, behind the success, because people were doing what they love, what they like to do, And one of the reasons was that it was actually not a conference. It was a festival. And it was so it means when you're talking about festival or about the conference, it's usually you're thinking about it in a way that it must be perfect, it must be really just tip top. But our DevFest was nothing like that. It was we had many fails, we had many mistakes, but the point from that is that you can make many mistakes. It's natural to make mistakes, but the point is to actually learn from these mistakes. And we had a thing we called fail doc, where we write down every mistake we made. And after the whole event, when we sat down, our whole organization team sat down and go through all of these long list of mistakes we made, and it was quite fun. So one thing I would like to point out is to don't afraid to make mistakes, and don't try to be perfect, because that's not what it needs to be. What else? Well, there was maybe one. We were collecting feedback after our DevFest, and one of the guys actually told us that because in our country or in the Czech Republic there was we had Google Developer Days. I don't know if you guys had Developer Days in your countries back in the days, but the guy told us that it was even better than the Google Developer Days, which was organized actually by Google, which was kind of funny because when he said that the community-driven event was even better than the event driven by Google, that really makes you proud. So it was one of the feedback we received. Maybe one last thing. When you would be preparing yourself and your team for the whole event, you'll probably do it in the way of brainstorming. I guess most of you know what's brainstorming about. And obviously the whole point you should be, the whole main thought behind brainstorming is that no ideas are bad ideas. So whatever comes up from your team members might be a good idea. And whenever you're doing your brainstorming sessions, don't throw out all these ideas. Just write them down, and maybe even if it would be really crazy ideas, I guess then might have talked to some of them. But obviously we didn't realize all of them, but we'll probably realize some of them later on some other DevFests or events. So I guess if you have some specific questions.
Yeah, thank you, Ernest. Thank you very much. And I hope that there will be a bunch of questions because this is the person who did it, like the second largest DevFest in the world. So if there was something to do, Radek and his team probably have an answer. So GDGs or GBGs, because the DevFests are very similar to G days in the sense of how you organize it. So you have the person who did it. So the floor is yours. And please speak up so that Radek can hear us well on the microphone.
Okay, I have a question about the DevFest women. In Algeria we have also a women chapter. So is it better to combine the DevFest with DevFest women in, for example, in the third season, or organize DevFest in the first season and DevFest women in the second season?
We have just the DevFest for everyone, but as you probably know, that there's always stuff to actually organize or actually get the girls and women to be